Tell him.
Where is he now?
I tracked him down to an address in Brooklyn. He's on LinkedIn, Lemon. He might as well be.
I left late today. I'm on.
Okay. You know, I'm often asked about the future of legal careers. Often. It's nice. It's nice to be asked because I'm obviously experienced enough and in a position where after 20 odd years, 23, 24 years of working with lawyers across the world, 70 cities to date, it's nice to be in a position where my opinion is valued. And I think obviously with the advent of AI, we've seen a huge amount of shift and change in terms of the way that lawyers are working. And it's going to continue to change. The role is going to change. Finally going to get rid of the billable hour. Going to have to. The role itself, certainly in practice, is going to become much more volume driven. And people aren't going to be measured by their time. They're going to be measured by how many deals they do in a day. The role of the junior, the trainees, the paralegals, everything's changing. And it's great to see. It's like a revolution. It's great to be part of it. But I'm often asked about the future of the legal careers. What does that mean? And it does concern me a little bit because I think whilst everything will settle down eventually and things will catch up, you know, the position we're in at the moment is, the law schools aren't ready for it. What they're teaching people is about the law, and that's going to be available at a click of a button. So why spend 4 years learning about it and only that? Of course, you need to know the law and you need to know it inside out in order to be able to interpret what's in front of you from an AI tool like Harvey or from Luminance or Legora is correct. You won't necessarily need to know it without picking up a book. You'll need to know how to interpret it. The degrees themselves will need to be much more commercial. They'll need to be about communication. I've said before to some students, you need to learn another language. You need to learn about, hopefully more than one, because you need to learn how to communicate with people in different places. You need to think bigger. You'll need to understand from a business perspective and have business and commercial nous about how to interpret that. What you're learning through AI or what you're delivering and what that means for your client. So the career path is going to change. The jobs are going to change, and they are changing. Fundamentally, as I always say, you know, the legal services will remain the same. You'll have a provider and you'll have a customer, and in the middle of that, you'll have legal services provided to the customer. How we get there is going to be different, you know. As I've found in executive search and careers, you know, we've got, you know, before we used to physically hand in CVs, and now they're emailed. Bad example, really, but we used to have to headhunt everybody. And then suddenly LinkedIn was invented, and despite the fact that there were protestations at the beginning that people were very fearful of putting things online, everyone's done it anyway. So now you don't have to necessarily headhunt as much because all the information is there. Things change is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, so I'm starting to do a lot of work and still a lot of reading on the future of legal careers, not the future of how law is done. I'm not a lawyer. We work with lawyers and we help advance their careers and take them to the next level. So, and give them the skills to get into new areas and new countries. And of those articles, and I'm going to put the link in below because there was a brilliant one written by a lady I do not know. And I'm going to see if I can share this screen actually. And I do not know, and her name is going to come to me in a moment. It is... There we go. AI legal careers and client risk report. Jana Saad. And that's at Jana Saad there. I saw this on LinkedIn, so I downloaded it. And I'm going to put the link in. It's a PDF, and I will obviously connect her LinkedIn profile because she deserves a lot of praise for this. I had a read through, and emerging AI-driven career paths in law. It's really interesting, to be honest. And then here we go. We've got AI risk manager, AI governance counsel, AI compliance officer, legal policy officer. And then she's given examples of who've already advertised these types of roles. AI data protection specialist. Wow. I'd want a lot of money for that because that's going to be a very important role. Algorithmic antitrust counsel. Wow. Yes. I mean, these are all. I mean, when Dell, the IT company, said that over the next decade, 80% of the jobs that will be available in 10 years' time haven't been invented yet, they were not wrong. AI bias and fairness auditor. I mean, absolutely. Litigation evidence strategist, product counsel, Gen AI, and SaaS. I mean, it goes on and on and on. It's a really good piece, and it's going to show, how clients are going to use things, and then here we go. Then strategic recommendations for law firms. We are living in a really interesting time for one's legal career and that career path. And whatever law firms say and whatever universities say, they don't know. No one knows yet. So we're going to start putting together probably a few seminars, probably a few breakfasts, definitely a few webinars and podcasts where we're going to get people on and start talking about what they think is going to be the career path. It's going to be a fusion of tech and law, legal degrees. If I'm a student now and I was going to go to university, I'd want to see the depth of the tech involved in my legal degree, whatever country I'm in. So for now, I'm going to just I'm going to put this link in. I would recommend everybody use it and read it. Congratulate Jana on a great piece of research that she's done. Think about your own careers. Think about where it will take you. And I'll leave you on this one note. So I was hosting a in-house legal summit in Amsterdam about 3 weeks ago, and I was hosting the first panel, which was about recruiting and retaining good lawyers. And sitting next to me was the general counsel of Unilever for Europe, and he said, we start recruiting a year in advance. We start thinking about the technology that's going to be available, and then we start looking at people who are starting to learn it now, so that in a year's time, they'll be ready to come into the company. I thought that was super clever and super progressive of them. So I would implore that you all to contact me and my wonderful teams here to discuss your future strategy in the next year or so, and what are you going to be using, and what skills are you going to need. And a lot of it's in this report by Jana Saad. As I say, I don't know her, but please congratulate her if you get the chance. It's a great piece of research. And yes, on to the next one.